Today we're going to change fuel injector on a 3.2 or 3.6 liter engine Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. If your engine is inverted this way, because you got the Ram or certain Jeeps, this is a Jeep Cherokee 2014 model year. This one happens to be this way. It's just everything's inverted, but this is specific to 2014 Dodge Jeep Cherokee, but extremely similar to the rest. We got the air box out right there, 8mm or a flathead screwdriver. Boom, boom. You pop the air tube out. Easy. Right here, we had this vacuum hose on the intake. Just pop that off. It comes right out of this groove here. Boom. Got the wiring that we flipped over right here. See these little clippies, they clip onto everything, plug into all your sensors, throttle body, air intake temperature sensor, map sensor. You know, you just get them out of the way, flop them out of the way. That's all you need to know. Now we're at this step. We have 10mm nut here and right here. You're going to want to ratchet in 10mm wrench for this. If you don't have one, whatever. This one, somebody's already taken this intake off before and didn't put the nut back. Also, took this vacuum line off the back of here. We got this one here. It's on there tight. I'm going to have to use a screwdriver to pry that sucker off. Same story back here. 10mm bolt here and there. Somebody left this one off as well. Now, you have your choice of taking this bracket off. There is a 13mm bolt nut right there that you're going to want a ratcheting 13mm on to take that bracket off. You either got to take that one off or take both of these off, which involves taking that 10mm off, moving this wire and harness out of the way, bracket, because this intake manifold is stuffed between the two. So if you take that bracket out of the way, it can pop off this way. If you take these two brackets off, you can pop it off that way. You got to take your pick. I prefer the 13mm bolt right there, or nut right there. So everything's disconnected except for this hose, that 10mm, that 10mm, and that 13mm. We're going to take that off and then continue. All right, now we're down to the lower intake manifold right here, upper intake manifold right here, or plenum, whatever you want to call it, 8mm bolts on the top. Zip, 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 zip. You got, I think, 6 of them. See, 1, 2. Look at your torque spec, 7 to 8 Newton meters. My book says 10 Newton meters. That's what I'm retorquing it to, is 10 Newton meters. We're going to take these two Torx bits out of the fuel rail. The fuel rail is bolted to the lower plastic intake. Make sure you have gaskets prepared. See these fresh gaskets right here? Boom. That Torx bit, let's see what it was, guys. This is a T30 right here. Now that you got those two Torx bits out, always recommended to use new fuel injector O-rings, but I'll let you in on a little secret. These particular fuel injectors, you can reuse them, and it won't be no big deal. Just make sure there's no cuts or gashes or anything. All right, your fuel pressure is going to let out. Not a big deal. That's just fuel pressure. Just don't start your engine anytime soon. This is the Bank 1 fuel injector. We have a bad number 1 fuel injector right there. The fuel injector might come out with the rail, or it might stay in to the lower intake. See, that one came out, that one stayed in, that one stayed in. It happens. All we're changing is the number 1. We're going to go ahead and pull this guy out. You're going to hold this fuel rail, this plastic fuel rail. Only thing holding it on is that nylon plastic composite line right there. We're going to hold this and pull downwards. You'll see the fuel injector only fits in one way with this tab, so you can't screw it up. We got to pull this red tab up. Ooh, it's jammed on there. Push the red tab up, push in right here, and the wire and harness will come out. Need 2 hands. You get the point. Let's roll on. We're all prepped to put our fuel rail back on. The injectors should all be facing the same way. Lightly lubricate your O-rings with oil. And there's our new injector. You can see the difference between this harness and this harness. See how it's all discolored yellow, like it was getting too hot from a bad fuel injector. So I found out while I was doing the oil cooler, I swapped the two injectors and the misfire jumped from 3 to 1. So I knew the injector was bad. While I'm in here, replace that pigtail in case it was compromised. And we got our new pigtail right there. And I'm going to go ahead and get these injectors buckled down before doing the wiring harness. You got to make sure your fuel injectors line up. You will see a little cutout right there and there. See how there's like a plus sign on the injectors? So if they're all facing the right way, this fuel rail will tighten right down on them. See that? You should be able to see that the plastic is flush with the lower intake, which means it's all the way down. And you're not hung up on one of those crosses. You know, you don't want to tighten these bolts down if you're not lined up. All right, 14 Newton meters is your torque spec. I will grab my sewer cup torque wrench right here. You can find this in my Amazon store, link in bio. I like this one. Accurate, nice shiny grip, easy to use. Comes with all these sockets and stuff. But yeah, set this to 14 Newton meters. Tighten these down, and then we'll splice that new harness right there, and then come back. All right, got that wiring harness all installed. That's done. And then we just take our intake and back feed it whoosh, into these two holes, and just got that on there loosely, that 10 millimeter nut. And I like to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. Just start them, make sure they're started. And then put this bracket on right here with that 13 millimeter right there. You got to hook it in here first. It's got these two little pegs, these studs. But before I tighten these, I get that 13 millimeter right there started, ratcheting wrench, tighten that down. And not tightened down yet, but started. Now I torque these, and it says 7 to 9 Newton meters. My guide says 10. I went with 10. And I'm not sure what the torque sequence is off the top of my head. I've done so many of these, it doesn't matter. I just kind of put them all in by finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then go back over them till the torque wrench clicks at 10 Newton meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then one more pass. You know, I like to do 3 passes, make sure it's good. That's where I'm at right now. Now it's time to tighten that 10 mil, that 13 mil, and this 10 mil right here. When I started, there was one missing from here and here. You can get to them easy if you got ratcheting wrenches. And then we start plugging everything in. We got our hose here, and all our wiring harness is going to be pretty obvious where it goes, because it only reaches so far. So this clip goes here, that goes there, that goes there, this clips onto here, and this is going to clip onto this guy right here once we put him back where he goes, into the manifold. But before I do all that, I like to get this air box on. And your air box, you'll see on the back, there's a prong right there that it fits into. Put it into the throttle body, then press down onto that peg. Woo! So that's our other wiring harness there. So you put the throttle body on first, and you'll see that peg somebody had broke in the past, right there. And that pops over that stud. And this guy goes down in there with your little clippy, goes through there, press the center in, tightens it up. Wiring harness goes through that loop, and this little ear here on this. All right, let's get this. This is really not a bad job or that difficult job to do, Ratcheting wrenches and a torque wrench set will get you done. And make sure you got that Torx bit for the fuel injector if you're taking the fuel rail off. Yeah, let's get her buttoned up. Everything is buttoned up, connected, routed properly. We got this pipe, clips on there, goes into there. Get this guy back in, clip there. We got a little clip here. Everything's plugged in. Oop, forgot one little clippy right here. Goes right there. And this guy plugs in here. All right, we're ready to throw the beauty cover on. Key on, clear the codes. Pop on the misfire graphic on the scanner. Start it up. Make sure we have no more misfires on that cylinder 1. It was 3 with the obviously heated up harness and the bad injector. I don't know which one made which one fail, but that's what happened. Vice versa, something happened. Swap that injector to 1, misfire jump to 1, change the injector on 1, which used to be in 3. Let's go. Good sign, people, sitting at idle. No misfires. Gotta love it. And let's take it for a cruise and make sure there's no misfires as well. We were having problems with misfires at idle or slow speed, so I'm sure we'll be fine. And I let it idle here till it got up to temperature. We're golden. Good to go. Fuel injector took care of the misfire. Sweet.